Oh, okay. So that's what I had to do. I am still learning this thing. I don't know if I'm online. Okay, I think I know. Yes, I can see you now.
Hi.
Excellent,
Hello,
excellent.
hello.
Yes. Oh, Crystal. I can see Crystal. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining, Crystal. Um, Let me see. I don't know if I'm online on Instagram. This is all new for me. I haven't done any of these live videos before.
Let me just check.
Okay, I don't think I am because it's not showing that I am, but whatever. We'll just do it. We'll make the best of what we have and we'll keep getting better.
No, it doesn't show that you're online. Otherwise, I would have got notification, but it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll improvise.
So it says once I go live, I will find it at the top of my screen on Instagram. It's not there. Let me try one. Let me try one more.
Sure.
Let me try one more. No, it's not letting me because I'm okay. Let me do it into public. Almost there. Stream key. Okay. Yeah. Let me edit. Yeah, it's not letting me do another stream key. We'll just leave it. The next one we'll do better. Maybe what I'll do is maybe I'll go live. I'll just practice going live on Instagram the next
Yeah.
maybe just one day so I know how it works so that I would not make this mistake again. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
I am super excited that we are actually starting this book club. Welcome, 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 Prathiba. Thank you for being here. Crystal, thank you for being here. Everyone
Thank you,
who's
Gloria.
joined me, I am just truly grateful that you're here. Um, so my name is Gloria. I'm Dr. Gloria. My purpose is very simple and straightforward. My purpose is to help people negotiate for the life that they want. And I strongly believe that everyone has that ability to live the kind of life that they truly want. I'm an internal medicine doctor. I'm a negotiation strategist, and I'm a researcher. I do real estate. I do all of those, but my main purpose is to help people negotiate for the lives that they want. And my co-host today is Miss Prathiba Leo. Prathiba, do you mind introducing yourself? She's a TEDx speaker. Just in case she doesn't say that, I'll just put it out there for her.
Thank you, Gloria. Yes, I was actually being very modest. I never introduced myself like that, but thank you for the wonderful reminder. Hi, everyone. My name is Pratibha Leo. I'm a public speaker and a business communication coach. So, like Gloria mentioned, my purpose in life is to help people to communicate with confidence. So, I help you to transform yourself from being a fearful person to a confident person. So, that's something which I do. And yes, I'm a TEDx speaker, a public speaking coach. I've coached 2,000 plus clients throughout my career of a decade and based out of Dubai. And what an amazing time it is to actually, grab a cup of coffee and a book along with this holiday season. So, yeah, let's just bring it on.
Let's do it. So the reason why I started this book club was not because I always read books. It's because I desire to read books. and I find it difficult to keep myself accountable. Like, I see books, I like them, I buy them, and then I keep them. I don't read them. So if anyone here is struggling, we're all in this together. We're all going to work through this process. So it's to create a community where we are accountable, and then weekly we read and then meet and discuss the book. And if you got the email, there is a study guide that we added. So all of that would we would use that in studying, and just to be sure that we are all on the same page. And if you can't read the number of pages, it's still okay, because the goal is to read the book, for us to be more is to read the book. But it's not just to read the book, it's when you read the book, what changes, what transformations you get. So if you can't make it, you can't read the whole book just because you're busy, still make it to this meeting, because when we talk about the book, then you're going to learn the lesson from it and get better. The ultimate goal, fine, we want to read the book, but reading the book is the means to the end. It's not the end. The end is that your life is being transformed by the wisdom you're taking from people who have gone before us, who have more experience than we have, or who just have a different lens in which they view things. And I'll tell you why. So Pratibha and I, we chose this book together. It's The Courage to Be Liked. I'll tell you why I chose it, and she'll tell you. We have similar ideas, but we'll just go over it.
Yeah.
So I chose this book because the year is coming to an end, and if we're going to transform in 2026, then we need to change our mindset. And one thing I know holds many people back is just wanting to be liked. You do things you really do not want to do because you want people to like you. You give stuff you don't want to give because you want people to like you. You don't want to be seen as a bad person. So that's why I chose this book, The Courage to Be Liked. It's if you don't have the book yet, it's fine. I'm not sure how accurate, how, I don't know, if you go online, because I went online and I searched, and I found that there is a PDF version. I don't know if that PDF version, it's okay for you to use it, but it's there. So what can I say? It's there. We didn't put it there, but it's there. Just so if you need the book to read, it's there online. Pratibha, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Gloria. I mean, that's a wonderful choice, because I remember our first call when you said you wanted to do a book club. This was actually one of the top of my list. I was just thinking, how do I pitch this in? Because sometimes I had this feeling like, should we start with something more fun rather than something more serious? But I suppose, there's a quote that I came across on Instagram. It said, more than you choose the book chooses you. So I suppose for the book club and our book club, I think this book is actually the one which chose us. And I suppose that it's coming in a full circle, you know. And when you told me about let's start it in December, the very first thing which came into my mind is, let's start fresh from December rather than waiting for January, because you can see the changes from January rather than waiting for January 1st to say, okay, I'm going to read this.
Yeah.
And the reason why I personally love this book and I fell in love with it instantly, that I had to grab this as soon as I saw it in a bookstore, was so many of us are dreading our lives because of FOMO, and
Mm,
because of what are they going to think about me, which frankly being said, nobody has the time to think about us. But even I fall into that loop. I'm not a perfect person, but I'm still trying to be better than how I was 1% than yesterday. And this book instantly spoke to me, you know what I mean? So it just it gave me that itch that I instantly want to choose this. And I bought this, no questions asked. I did not see a review. This was actually the first book that I bought without even reading any reviews. Normally I buy books after reading reviews from YouTubers and looking if it's New York Times bestseller or if it's Amazon bestseller. But honestly speaking, I did not see the ratings and I just picked this. And what a cool way to start our club with a diamond like this. And I'm sure people are going to love reading this as much as we love introducing this to everyone. So yeah.
yes. Thank you. The book. Just looking at the book, it may not be the easiest read, because some books are just like, they're very easy. Once you take them, you're just kind of going through. This is not that kind of book. This is the kind of book that you have to sit down and then you're taking notes because it's transforming you. I'm just giving you that heads up, so when you start to read and it feels a little bit, you feel that pressure, I don't want you to give up. Just press on. You're going to be better at the other end. And so how this book club will be structured is that every month we would have a new book, and I would have a new host. So this month it's I and Pratibha. Next month it's I, and there's another lady who is also a book lover. She's gonna be here next month, and I'll have a new host every month just to bring fresh ideas, fresh perspectives. So you're not hearing only my voice, you're hearing my voice, and you're hearing other people. And then those people would also keep me accountable. So that's how we're gonna run the book club. And let me go over how we're going to run this one. So let me see. I have if you get the guide, if I sent you the email, I must have sent you the guide. So today, which is the first meeting, you really don't have to read the book. It's just for us to introduce the book. Subsequently, we would introduce the book the last week. So the one for January, we will introduce it the last week, so you have an idea, and I'll send an email with the book details and all of that. So from December 5th, which is from tomorrow, to December 10th, so you read segment 1. So just go through. So that's where we go over from the first night, because this book, it's not it doesn't have chapters, which is just interesting. It doesn't have chapter 1. They don't label it as chapter 1, 2, 3. It just has like segments. So we'll go from first night, we'll do to how to live without being controlled by the past. And then the main theme is there, and then we'll have questions for discussion. So what we will do is we will discuss those questions, and if you want to be on the call, I can add you to the call, so you can say you could share your views. But if you don't want to share your views, it's zero pressure. I'm not here to make anyone uncomfortable. And then it's the same thing. So if you go over the study guide, you will see how we've structured the book, so you know what to read between each time, so you're not behind, or if you catch up as much as possible. Pratibha, what do you have to add to that?
I mean, that takes off a lot of pressure, because as first time readers, if anyone here in this call is a first time reader, the first thing that people do is they judge the book by the size of the book. But
Yeah,
please don't get overwhelmed. I mean, Gloria, I have to give credits for you. The way you have actually segregated it, it makes even a first time reader or an experienced reader not intimidating at all. It's
yeah,
like we want to read it. And there is a lot of time in 1 week to go from the first till how to live without being controlled by the past, which means that every night before you go to sleep, even if you read the book, automatically it gets inside your subconscious mind, and you don't need to spend time reading this book. You know what I mean? So it's not about reading this book, but it's more about helping yourself getting transformed by reading between the lines. And I think if we have to go by that pace, what you have divided, that's the perfect part, and this is how we are supposed to read it. And it's not overwhelming at all. And the author's name, somebody's asking what's the author's name. It's Ichiro Kishimi and Fumitake Koga. It's Japanese, and I will put it in the chat now,
okay,
so that
perfect.
you can buy it on Amazon or Noon or whichever, Walmart, whichever site that you see. Let me just put that right now.
Okay, or you can search.
Yeah.
You can search on Google and you will find it. There's like a
Yeah.
PDF
And,
version.
and Gloria, I was really surprised that we found a free PDF. It's like people can really take a printout. I didn't even know that.
But I don't think it's legal because someone wrote this book and we're supposed to buy it, but it's
Yeah.
there. I didn't put it there, so what can I say? But I made sure I got my copy. So when I write my book, I would have. So when I'm saying I'm not going to give you a free copy, it would be that I have lived by example. That even when I could get a free copy of a book, I didn't get it. But that's just me. If
Yeah.
you, yes, if you, it's there. I didn't put the book there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so what is the culture of this book club? Um, It's an inclusive book club where everyone who is interested in reading is welcome to the club. I'm not really into, like, closing doors or having exclusion criteria that's like a million. The only criterion to be here is that you want to grow, and if you want to grow, then by all means. And I know life is busy. I know we all have responsibilities. Some people have you have kids, you have families, you have jobs. Some people have multiple jobs, just trying to juggle life. But at the same time, you are interested in growing as a person. And what I struggled with was that I wanted to read, but I just didn't have the time or the discipline, because once life happens, then there are some things that I just pushed to the backside, and reading was something that was turning into in my life. And so the culture is you wanting to grow. That's the culture. People who have the mindset to grow, and who will do not judge each other because of the different. I'm not going to judge if you don't read a book, and I don't want you to judge another person. However, if I'm leading by example, I would come ready. I would read the book. And the times you can, by all means, read. So that's the culture. And in between, so sometimes you may have questions, or when you're reading and you have any thoughts that just kind of like, you're like, wow, this is a really great thought. I want people to benefit from it. You can go on Instagram, and where we have the poster on the comment section, you can just put a comment in there. So that way we'll see the comments. That's how we can keep in touch. Then if we grow bigger, we can start thinking of other ways. Right now, it's just us just trying to keep in touch. So you use the link, you use the page, the post where we posted the flyer. We use that You use that on Instagram or Facebook, and then we'll see those comments, and then we can talk about that when we meet the next time. Pratibha, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I've just shared the link on the comments so that people can see what we are talking about.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, the instructions are clearly explained. So, as Gloria said, guys, this is a highly inclusive club. We don't judge because me or Gloria, neither of us are perfect. So, we don't believe in perfectionism. We are trying to have fun with all of you as much as you would love to have fun with us by reading this book. And let's just enter this new year on a calm and, resilient note. I don't want to say positive, but I want to say resilient. And yeah, let's just ring it all together.
Yes.
So we're
And
one team.
let me add a fun fact. So right now I'm calling from Poland. So
Yeah.
I yeah, so I got to Poland. It was yesterday, actually. So I had there's a women's summit that I spoke at. So I got here yesterday. We had an event yesterday, and today I just finished, and I started running down to this book club. And we're supposed to meet after there's another meeting after this book club that I would get ready to go for. And that being said, Pratibha was in Cape Town, and she flew. Pratibha, you got back last night or early this
No,
morning?
this morning by 7:30 Dubai time. So basically,
Yes.
I did have jet lag and I just wanted to make it today.
Yes. So this book club wasn't really like it's just that for me, when I set a goal, I try to get started. I'm not really a perfectionist. I pursue excellence, and I give my best. So I really wanted to start this book club. I didn't want to push it till next, because if I push it till next week or push it till, there's always a good reason not to do something good. And so, because there's
Yeah.
always a good reason not to do something good, I make sure I do not go with that good reason as much as lies within me. So we pushed against all odds to get started today. And that's why I think I still haven't gotten the whole hand on the whole Instagram going live and all of that. I'm still trying to figure it out. I would practice, and I'll practice during the week so that next week we would be on the roll. Do you want to add something else, Fathiba?
No,
And then,
I mean, that's perfect. What you've said is like just perfect. I mean, if the audience, you guys have any questions, you can ask us anytime. Feel free to put it in the chat, or if you want to ask us personally, you can DM us. So we are here to help you out with anything that you want. And thank you, Gloria, for, even squeezing out. I traveled, but still I made some time, but you're still away from Dubai, and thank you for making that time. That means a lot.
Of course, of course. So let me give out a shout out to the people that I see here. Crystal, you were number one. You're the first person who got here. Dr. Peju, I see you. Logesh, I see you. Um, Neze, Dr. Wanko, I see you as well. I just want to appreciate you guys. And if you got the guide, and if you didn't get a guide, because I reach out to me and I'll share it with you, or comment on if you make it, place a comment on the poster on Instagram, then I'll DM it to you. Then our next meeting is a week from now. We have a little bit of expectations at that point. So if you you read the first segment and then you think through the comments, so that way you're not just reading the book like it's a novel, but you're reading the book and you asking those questions would trigger the thought process, which would eventually lead to the change that we desire. So our next meeting is on the 11th. Let me confirm so I'm not saying the wrong thing confidently. Yes, it's correct. So we're meeting
Yeah.
so we're meeting on the 11th, and for those in the US it's 11 a.m. Eastern, and for those of us in Dubai it's 8 p.m. Pratibha, it's 8 p.m. where you are, right?
Yes, yes, it's 8 p.m. Yes, it's 8 p.m.
Yeah,
Correct.
and Poland it's 5 p.m. So we would
Wow.
yes, so we would huddle back again to in a week, and then get this whole process really started, where we're looking at the book, we're learning, and we're coming with thoughts and ideas, and what you like about the book, what you don't like about the book. And any questions from anybody online before we wrap it up? Let me see. Oh, okay. So, alrighty. Guys, thank you so much. Since okay, how much of the book do we need to read by next week? Great question. So if you go to the guide, let me go back and pull the guide up. I don't remember that by heart, but if you go to the guide, so for week 1, you want to start from the first night and go through to how to live life without being controlled by the past. So it's kind of like not a lot. I think we kind of went slow on the first week. After that, it gets a little bit dense. So you do just a few pages. Okay. All right.
That's perfect.
Um, yes. Do you have any final words before we go, Pratibha?
No, I'm really excited to see the progress of this club, and I think this is one group which is going to have the highest accountability, no expectations, but still I believe in that. It's more of something internal. So, guys, please read and no pressure. We understand about your busy schedule, but I can assure you that it's going to transform you. I haven't read it yet, but after this book chose me, I can feel that it's going to transform. So yeah, I'm excited to see what we are going to be discussing next week.
Yes. And so I will let you go, but before I let you go, I will tell you something that I say. It's kind of like a mantra that I live by, and I strongly believe it. Actually, it's two things, two, not one. So the first is this. Dr. Esoimeme, I strongly believe that anybody who is in this book club has the potential to be great. So I want you to go out there and be great. And the second thing is, I also believe that you have the potential to negotiate for the life that you want. And all of the information you add that together, knowing that you have the potential to be great and learning the skills to negotiate. When you put that together, the synergy would give you the life that you truly desire. So go be great. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you next week, and you can reach out to me before next week if you have any questions. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye, guys. Bye bye.